For us at the Sports Commission, I know I speak the mind of Madam Showdiko, the chairman. Badminton has become an extremely very important sport to what the Nigeria entity should be. President Orbih and his board, alongside the technical group, have been able to create the balls around badminton. Of course, that doesn't need a further explanation with what I know achieved at the Olympics. Also leading the match pass and things like that. That speaks volume to the development that has gone into badminton. I remember as a commissioner for youth and sports in the state, badminton was dominated by the FCT. I'm looking at this facility and I'm thinking, oh, that makes sense. And I tried everything as a commissioner then to take over from FCT. We just could not. We used to get the occasional gold and silver. FCT would just come and pack everything. So it makes sense. When you have a collaboration between the federation and entities like the Nigerian Army to create an atmosphere that is this good, the results will be honestly tell. Well, yesterday I had a meeting with the president, and he told me a few things that were not palatable, that I did not like. For example, you guys are operating from the hotel. That for me is something that has to stop. And I've assured you, after this tournament, next time you're in camp, you'll be kept in a good hostel, which is almost a 2-3-star hostel within the stadium. And you will have access to facilities within the stadium, so that you have that sort of mentality that you are in an environment that belongs to you, because that facility belongs to every sportsman and woman in Nigeria. I want to thank you for your efforts. My SA strategy said to me yesterday, so you must quickly approve their profile. You have to approve your profile. They are the defending champions in Africa. As if I did not know, and I told myself, I'm conscious of the fact that badminton federation have done a lot. We will do this for, and I just said to you, it is something that is done well. And the funding for this trip is taken care of. We are determined to ensure that one sport does not cloud over all other sports. Because as far as we're concerned, you are elite athletes. And when we established the elite development and podium board and then inaugurated it last week, we were very clear on what we want to see. And without even preempting what Yusuf Ali and his team are going to do, I'm very sure both you and my sister there would definitely be in that elite cadre. I don't know what else Coach and President Orbih will bring to Yusuf Ali, but that elite cadre will be well looked after. There's a pool of money that has been created to ensure that you don't suffer the way you used to suffer. Your training grants are paid many years, many months before a major tournament. For those who have not reached the elite cadre, try and beat them so that you can be in that cadre and enjoy the dollar money that we are going to be paying to top athletes like Anu and Doctors.
Get ready for the coach.
Yes, if you beat him, you become an elite sport. But I wish you well on your trip to Cameroon. I'll speak with the president. We'll be sending maybe 2 or 3 people from the commission to come support you and be part of you. I have no doubt that by the time you come.
What a moment there. Welcome you on the show, Sports Update on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Aji-Shafe. Okay, we just quickly look at what is happening right now. What is trending in the world of sport? Because it's Sports Update. Sports Update is here. We are just here to let you know that we have a team that are already planning to move to Douala, Cameroon, and that's why you saw that particular bid coming from the National Sports Commission, the General, that's Bukola Olakpade, at least giving them that enthusiasm statement or talk, so at least give this particular team inspiration as they travel to Douala to prosecute their games in badminton sport. Not everybody plays soccer, as we always say. Some are into badminton. And to let you know, we have top one from Nigeria. And Orbih is there, and others who will also be going to Cameroon to participate from February 10th till 16th, where that game will be on for grabs. They want to see how they can at least defend what they won last time in Egypt. About 10 of them will be going to Cameroon, and we just have to at least quickly look at that clip where they were being given those inspirational talks coming from the DG NSC, Bukola Olapade. Well, right now, we'll be looking at badminton development in Nigeria. That sport is really gaining momentum. And if you look at what the federation is doing, they really deserve commendation, trying to see how they can get all these players to go into competition, which is not really easy. But right now, kudos to the BFN, Badminton Federation of Nigeria. Right now, we have in the studio the president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Orbih, is here. It's a good one to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you saw that particular clip there where the DG, alongside yourself, talking with the badminton team of Nigeria, traveling to Cameroon, bidding them farewell, telling them what the chairman actually sent him to do, and also the plan of NSC for them, for the competition. Well, let's look at the first story. NSC pledges support as Team Nigeria heads to 2025 African Senior Badminton Championship that will be coming up in Douala. Let's take this first. Now, talking about that particular clip, why they were, I'm sure it was bidding farewell to them. What can you say? I saw the mood. Everybody was laughing, happy about the whole situation coming from the NSC.
Well, you know, when he gave the opportunity to Anu, that's the team captain, to speak on behalf of the players, he said, you know, he could not express how he felt, because for most of them, it was the first time they were having that. You know, unfortunately, you don't have the clip. He actually went on court to knock a few strokes with Anu yesterday, and all the players were excited. And those words of encouragement really boosted their morale. I particularly was very happy that he could take out time, you know, of his very busy schedule. He's showing that, I mean, they are here to do the work, not just to do the talk. And for me, I must commend the leadership of the National Sports Commission. I mean, from the chairman to the DG and even the support staff now. They are also trying to change the mentality of staff of that you know, organization to realize that, this thing is it demands a whole lot more work to get things to work. So for us, it was a good thing to come to encourage them and to let them know that Nigeria is looking forward to them doing us proud in Douala, Cameroon, starting Monday. So it was a good thing for I mean, as a federation, we were very happy for what the DG did and the message it brought to the players.
Okay, there, if you're just joining us, we're talking with the president, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, and President Francis Orbih is here in the studio, at least concerning preparation of that team to Douala. Okay, let me take you on one more question before we go to the other ones. That team, they are set now to go to Douala. Preparations, how was it?
Well, preparation was okay. You know, the All Africa is normally at the beginning of the year. I mean, there's going to be the 10th of February starts. So you find out a lot of times we struggle with preparation because people are just getting out of the Christmas, New Year break. So I think going forward, we are really considering calling the camp earlier. We might have the players in camp and maybe we'll give them a few days for Christmas or there and come back, because you find that the time is always not enough for proper preparation. I mean, that's what, but so far, so good. Yesterday, after the DG left, I had a meeting with the coaches. I needed them to brief me on what the condition of the team was, and what I heard was quite, you know, impressive. You know, all the players are firing on all cylinders, you know, ready to go, and I mean, I was really happy to hear.
Okay, good one there. Now, let's talk about a recent achievement, one of your own, who really right now, she has really done well for us, Eniola Bolaji. Eniola Bolaji has been a force when it comes to badminton, and she's really doing so well. Recently, she won over there in Egypt, gold. How did you feel about that development?
Well, I was very happy. I was very happy because we were not expecting anything less. But you know, sometimes it's a game. Anything can happen. I mean, there can be an upset and all that. So, and all I told her before she left, don't be overconfident. Just go there and do your thing. And she went. So we were expecting her to win, but that she was going to do it so emphatically, I wasn't. I mean, I personally was not expecting that she was going to dominate. She won all her games 2-0, and in the final she beat the silver medalist 21-1, 21-2. I had to call her after that match, and I was like, why did you, I mean, we should have allowed her get like 5 points, you know, in each game. And she said, President, you are the one who told us whenever you go in, you can beat anybody. Beat the person and don't waste time. I said, okay, no problem. I agree with you, you know. So she's done very well, and that was 10/10. All the 10 internationals she has played, she has won all gold. She's moved to Spain. She's in Spain right now in camp with her coach, Dina, who was here for the All-Africa, for the African para-badminton camp that we had in November into December. So she's in camp now, and she has 2 internationals in Spain next month. So she's going to be in Spain from now till that next month. Play those 2 internationals, then from Spain go to play the international in Dubai.
Wow.
And all these tournaments, she's the defending champion.
Wow, that's a good one.
So Dubai, she won gold. Spain, she won gold.
And now she's there to compete again.
Coincidentally, Spain was the first gold medal she ever won in 2021.
Wow.
That's where she, you know, she started her dominance. And so right now, I don't know if the new rankings are out, but before she played Egypt, she was world number 2, and we are expecting that after Egypt, with the new rankings, she might go to world number 1.
Wow. A big one there for Eniola Bolaji, Nigerian sensation in badminton. She's done well when it comes to Paralympics. You know what she did there, and now she's really doing so. And according to President, she's in Spain alongside her coach, where they are preparing ahead of the competition in Spain and also Dubai. Now, before we got to that level of Eniola Bolaji and also Anu Oluwapo and all of them, Dorcas, doing so well, let's talk about grassroots. Grassroots development of this sport is paramount. That's where you can get raw talent. And although we know that your federation have really been one of the federations I've followed, because what they've been putting in place to make sure they grow or they develop badminton is of high top-notch moves. But now, talking about grassroots development, what's the federation doing to let us have at least more Bolaji, more Anu Oluwapo, and more of these stars?
Well, you know, I will say something. Before the COVID, I must tell you, we were moving at a pace that, I mean, nobody would have been able to comprehend what we were going to achieve. But COVID just, you know, for every other part, I mean, it wasn't like it was badminton alone, but, you know, even every part of our life was affected. But I can tell you that we struggled more to come back after the COVID than a few other sports did better than us, and I don't know why. I mean, whether it was peculiar to badminton or because of the nature of our game, but maybe because badminton wasn't that popular, we were the ones that were, you know, pushing it and making it come out there, and all of a sudden that thing happened. So it was more difficult for us to come back. But I can tell you, grassroots development is an area we have placed utmost priority on. We have a program we've been running now called the Shuttle Time, and it's basically for secondary schools. We've gone to every zone in this country, and when we go with resource people. We put together like 30 schools, and they come in with their students and their games masters. So we train them for a couple of days, and you know, we teach the games masters what to teach the children. And at the end of it, we donate equipment to them. Every school goes with 4 rackets at least, a net or 2, and then shuttles to go and set up the game in their schools. We've done that from southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. We've gone everywhere. This year, we want to take it up a bit, to a higher level. So we are going. Our calendar for the year will be out by later today or tomorrow. We just had a board meeting last week where we approved the calendar, and it's loaded. So we are looking at more of our shuttle time programs, then age grade tournaments. So under 15, under 19. Because if you are talking about the future Anus, future Dockers, that is where we can get them. But the good thing is that as we speak, we have people who are knocking on the door and telling Anu. And towards the end of last year, there was a championship in Abuja here, where Sophia Atobanshola defeated Dockers in the finals. It was a huge upset. For me, I was not so surprised because I knew it was just a matter of time for Sophia to get to that level. Yes, she has shown those signs. I first saw her at the youth games in Ilorin some years back, where she won the final. And from that period, good thing she just finished her school, university.
Wow.
So for the year she was in school, it was a bit of a challenge, striking that balance between education and I'm happy she was able to put through. So now she's done, she's able to focus and she's putting in fact, she has a scholarship to go to Malaysia. We are processing her visa right now, herself and Victor Ikechukwu. Victor is the next person. In the last national championships we've had, he has played all finals against Anu, and he has not lost anyone 2-0. It has been 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. And that speaks. Victor was on the podium in Ghana, All-African Games. In the All-African Games in Ghana, Nigeria was first, second, third in men's singles.
Yes,
that was total dominance. So we have people, and there's another young player, Emmanuel Joseph. He's fire. People have not yet seen. That guy is going to break out. So we have good players coming behind, but we even want more, so that we have a very busy field of players. We don't want yes, Anu has been exceptional, but we want more of him, more players like him to come out, and we are going to do everything. So this year, I can tell you our calendar is going to be loaded, and we are going to see if we're able to get sponsorship. We want to begin to expose those players to international games. So there is the under-19, there is the youth games, youth championship, Africa. We need to begin to send our players to play those competitions. Yeah.
A good one there, talking about grassroots development of badminton. We've been focusing on this sport, badminton, really making a lot of waves in this nation, and we are proud of that federation led by Francis Orbih here with us in the studio to at least talk about this sport. Really, we've had so many stars, and they've brought so much glory to Nigeria. Right away from there, we know that LA 2028 Olympics is coming, edging closer and closer. And recently, BFN also organized a particular event tagged Road to LA 2028. Road to LA 2028 brought together a lot of people that has to do with the ambition towards that particular competition. So just a short one, take us through.
Well, that program was actually a BCA program, Badminton Confederation Africa.
Of Africa.
Yes. What has happened in the past is that before every Olympics, maybe 9 months or 1 year, they will start a road to that Olympics, either to Paris or to Tokyo, and then they will identify some 8 or so players across the African continent and say, okay, these guys have good potential to qualify. Let's just see what the Confederation can do for them, to support them, to see if we can push them across the finishing line. So they will just sponsor them to attend a few internationals within the African continent to help them garner more points, to help them in the world ranking and possibly qualification. So that's what has happened. But with what Eniola did at the Paralympics, Eniola was the first African ever to win a medal either at the Olympics or Paralympics.
Yes. In
badminton or para-badminton, no African. So that really, everybody, Africa was happy. And the BCA now felt, with what she achieved, we think if we start preparation earlier, we can do better. That was what brought
the road to
and
LA.
They said, okay, we want to launch, media launch of the road to LA. Where do we do it? And they said, no other country deserves to host it other than Nigeria. So we took it up and we did that. So it is part of that road that has gotten Victor and Sofiat the scholarship to go to Malaysia for a month or two. And so many other programs. So we are not waiting till when it's 1 year to the Olympics, and which is the ideal. In fact, 4 years is even not. Countries have started preparing for early, even before the last Olympics in Paris. I can tell you that. So it's a good step in the right direction for the African continent, and then for us to have been the ones to host the first ever road, to an Olympics 4 years before. I mean, that was a huge one. So we want to key into that vision and also make Nigeria a model for other countries in Africa to follow. So we are going to keep working. We're already identifying those who we think stand a good chance. Like I've mentioned, Sofiat and Victor. They stand a very good chance, and we're going to push and see how much you can expose them to play. Because the more internationals you play, the more points you garner. I always tell people, it's not when they open the Olympic qualifier that's not when the race starts. It starts from now. Where you are in the world ranking is where you start the race from. If you are world number 10, you will be world number 10 when the race starts. If you are world number 100, you'll be world number 100, then you start. So it's either you are maintaining your ranking or you are struggling to get better, to break into the qualification bracket, and others behind you are also struggling to come and overtake you. So the race starts from where you find yourself at the beginning of that.
Okay, at least you've really dealt with most of these questions on the show that has to do with badminton development in Nigeria, and really we are getting it right. And now let's just because for the past 5 years, despite COVID, Badminton Federation of Nigeria has been at the forefront of federations that are doing so well. A lot of people can easily, like this particular, they can pick 2-3 federations. Badminton Federation will be among them. So how has it been? I know issue of funding and achievement and all the problems that are coming up with that federation. Still, you're able to hold it.
Well, if you ask me, I would say it's a matter of passion and then commitment and determination. If you make up your mind, once you set a target for yourself, you just focus. There'll be distractions that will come. There's this popular saying that when you're on a journey, it's not every dog that barks at you respond to, or else you'll never get to you. So there are some you just ignore and keep going ahead. So funding has been a major challenge, but I say we are lucky and we thank God that we've had friends and friendly organizations that have come to our aid, and we must, appreciate them, who saw the vision and believed in us. Because I will tell you something, there's a major challenge in sports administration in Nigeria. We have a huge trust deficit. A lot of organizations believe that money given to sports is money to be frittered away. People will just put it in their pockets and just. So when you come and you say you want to do something, they will first look at you with some doubt. Nobody can trust. So it has taken a lot. We have companies like Mutual Benefit that have sponsored national championships for years, apart from the COVID years when it broke, and they came back, the year before. And then there's this academy in Katsina, Golden Star. It's a badminton academy. They've also done that for years. It took them, time to study and trust to say, okay, we can give our money, and they saw what we could do. So I always tell people, if you get 5 million from a sponsor or a prospective a partner, and what you do, the person sees it, and the value of what he sees is even 10 million. Next time you'll be encouraged to put money. But if you get 5 million and the person comes and what you do is not even valued up to 1 million, next time you will struggle, you might not get him again. So I think so what has helped us has been trying to win the trust of people, get their attention. Now I'm here, this program will be aired and people will hear about badminton. And that's what you heard the DG saying it. So for me, I also say the media has been a major partner, and that's why I don't joke with the media. That's why for me, you were calling me to come, but I can tell you that I needed to come more than you needed me to come here. So, but some people don't understand the power of the media. I tell them, you can light a candle, if you put it under the table, nobody will see it. It's the media that helps you to project it and get it out. So it's a two-way. Media can help you only when you have something, to be put out there. If we don't have any programs, okay, you bring me here now, what are we going to talk about?
Nothing.
No Eniola, no qualification, there will be nothing to talk about. But so when you have programs, then you also have a media that is friendly and willing and ready to give the support, then it becomes, a partnership that would bring out very positive results.
A big one there with Francis Orbih, President, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, BFN. A lot has been said on the show Sports Update. We know that Team Nigeria, as we speak, they are already planning to move to Douala, Cameroon for the Senior African Championship, where they want to defend all they've won last time. As the team, we just have to update that, yes, we have another set of Nigerians. This is not football. This is badminton we are showcasing here. And now, before we go, what's the way forward for badminton development in this nation, Nigeria?
Well, the way forward is to continue doing what we are doing and to strive to even do better and improve on it. If badminton has been there, and over the years we've had ups and downs. Sometimes we are okay. Jinka was African champion at some point.
Yes.
We've had people like Ocholi Edicha, who won the gold medal at the Koja. I mean, that was the African champion. We've had wonderful players, but there have been times such players will come, and then once they go out, nobody steps in, no succession, and then the thing goes down. Then after a while, somebody else comes. So it's that succession plan and consistency that we are trying to achieve. And with these programs, grassroots, it's like feeder. Once one person is going, somebody else is there to step in. So that's what needs to be done, and that's what we are doing, and we'll continue doing it. And for leadership, I also think that it's also good for consistency. When there's disruption every time, everybody comes in with a new, a different idea and program, and you discontinue whatever is good that was being done. So I think succession is also good, not only for the players, but also for leadership.
A good one there. We've been with the president, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Orbih, has been in the studio with us to at least give us about the update in the world of badminton. Team Nigeria going to Douala, Cameroon. Wish them the best to come back with so many goals. And also, development of badminton in this nation is getting better with all that you have said so far. We want to appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Adeni G. Shafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.